And the third one, he didn't even kill him because, like, he took it that not seriously. He's like, Nero, you do it. You got this.
Nello?
It's fine. Yeah, I wonder how they say Nero's name in Japan.
Yeah.
So there's no context for Morris, if you haven't seen the anime. But then here's Nico, who is another character we have no context for.
Yeah.
But again, like, it's that thing where it's like, oh, why don't they explain where she came from? Because you don't fucking... It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Who gives a shit?
You don't need to know.
Like, it's not important. It's that thing of, like, that George Lucas thing of, like, well, I need to show you where it came from.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit where it came from.
Yeah, if anything, I hate when movies or, like, when media does that, they feel they need to explain everything.
We need to give you the backstory.
No, you don't. You
doesn't...
don't have to spoon feed us. We can handle it.
Well, he abandoned my mother and I and left us for dead. I feel nothing.
No.
Well, he's not exactly going up for Father of the Year award now, is he?
So again, getting into the long-running theme of Devil May Cry, which is like family connections and like nature versus nurture.
Thank you for that.
This game,
I have to do that in here. I already smell
they
it.
actually gave them the time that they needed. That's what I wanted to talk about, I remember. But first we're gonna let this intro play, because it's fucking awesome.
Nico?
Sanic.
Don't lose your tits. I see him.
Hey, fuck shit bastard ass.
Yeah, a lot of swearing in this game.
It's a new Capcom game.
Yeah, I
For
don't
some
know
reason,
why Capcom has such a potty mouth lately.
They just decided everyone has to swear.
This is like the most Sonic that the series has ever been. Especially this opening part. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out.
Voiced.
Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. I'm dancing.
You should know that.
Yeah, look at the credits. Jun Kikuchi. That's inside me.
Tickle my coochie.
The overpoweredness of guns in the cutscenes of Devil May Cry. Look, he shot the sign.
Diverted track?
Watch that sign. Watch where that sign ends up. Keep your eye on it. But, like, you could definitely see this in a Sonic game.
Yeah.
Where, like, time slows down. Look, ah! Like, Sonic's moving at normal speed while everything else is in slow motion.
Yeah.
That is 100% like a Sonic game thing.
They're good tires, they must be new.
2 bullets. One is an armor piercing, and the other is a hollow point. Burning red, frustration is getting bigger. Bang, bang, bang. Embrace the darkness that's within me. No hiding in the shadows anymore. Yeah, our boy, Itsuno. The game. This is what you get when you have a company. When Capcom writes one of their creative people a blank check.
Yes.
Just says, go nuts. So that's something that I wanted. Like, I'm trying to remember stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Don't smoke, kids.
Yeah, this game does not promote smoking.
Smoking or the use of cigarettes, as if there's another way to use cigarettes.
Smoking's not cool, kids.
No.
Devil May Cry. So, there's no in-game explanation. You don't need one. But in the prequel novel, they actually do explain where Nico comes from. So, like, I do have those explanations for you. But again, like, it's like you said, like, it's really annoying when fiction is like, well, we need to explain everything.
Yeah. No, you don't.
It's like that George Lucas thing of like where like C-3PO was built by Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, who gives a shit?
Yeah. And like you took something that we could invent in our own mind and said, no, you're wrong,
yeah.
it's this. Fuck yeah.
Like, the last, like, fans always want to know where it comes from, but
Yeah.
the last thing a fan actually wants is to be
Exactly.
told where it comes from.
Yeah.
Because what we invent in our mind is way better.
Always going to be better, and because it's personal. It's our story. It's how we want it. It's like that guy with the spaghetti sauce, where it's like, if you ask customers what they want, they're gonna fucking lie.
They're not gonna actually tell you
Yeah.
what they want. If you
They're gonna say-
ask most people what kind of coffee do they like, most people will say a rich, dark roast.
Yeah. How many people actually fucking drink that? They're not gonna say what they want. They're gonna say what they want you to think they want.
Yeah. This is also something you never see in the older DMC games, is like the military.
Yeah.
Like, how do normal human beings deal with the demonic threat? And that matters to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, one of my favorite things about the DMC universe, like, setting, is the implication that, like, demons are just a thing.
Yeah, they just exist.
Like, this is just something that, like, it is modern society. Like, it is recognizable as our modern society. But demons are just a thing. And everyone, like, deals with that.
Yeah.
Like, there has never really been any kind of implication that, like, you know, it's hush-hush. Like, there's a masquerade.
Yeah.
You know? Like, no, there's, like, demons.
Demons.
Like, our main characters are exterminators.
Yeah.
Yeah, so normally this is where we begin some tutorials, but I know how to play the game. I turn the tutorials off. Because, like, even V now, I know how to play as him, so. Bam, bitch. Because, like, technically speaking, like, Nero's just a normal dude. And Lady's just a normal dude. And there's a military force, and there... Oh, I haven't watched these cutscenes in a while, actually. And they're like, okay, we're dealing with the demons. Like, I like the idea that the military has gotten training on how to handle, like, demons just popping up. Right? Like, technically, crisis control, like, groups have done, like, what if a zombie apocalypse happened?
Yeah.
As a thought experiment.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if that was actually a thing?
Yeah.
Oop. Oh man, I forget. It's so hard to go back. It's so hard to go back to, like, before I have everything upgraded.
Really getting the hang of this new toy.
George Lucas explaining everything. Stupid to explain everything.
Yeah. Just one of the many ways in which George Lucas is stupid.
There was a Patton Oswalt quote where he was like, that's not what I care about.
Yeah.
There's an old writing adage that's like, is this the most interesting or important day in the character's life?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, then the next statement is, well, then why aren't you showing us that?
Yeah, why are you writing about it then?
Why are you showing us... if this is not the most interesting or important, like, event in this person's life, then why are we seeing this instead of that?
Yeah.
Was that same... where he's like... the Patton Oswalt joke was like, well, hey, you want some ice cream? Yeah! And then he just hands you a cup of milk and like, some rock salt. It's like, what the fuck is this? Oh, well, if you shake them up, then it turns out ice cream. I don't want to fucking see where the ice cream came from, you piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want the ice cream.
You can make your own mayonnaise, too, if you wanted, but...
I don't give a shit what the answer is.
Yeah.
Just show me the part that's interesting.
Yeah, give me the fucking ice cream.
But technically, there is an answer of, like, where the fuck did Nico come from? And it's in that prequel novel, which I did read. A translated summary of, not the whole thing, because it's in Japanese only. So I will talk about that, because it is kind of interesting.
Kind of. The ambulance is in good shape for, like, considering.
Yeah, it's just in the water.
Yeah, it's just, like, sitting there and a bit burned.
Yeah. Riding high. Let's get airborne. Riding high. Riding high. Let's get airborne.
Bounce back.
Are they collecting human blood?
Yep.
It's not just about feeding.
So, I don't know when a good time to talk about it would be.
But
But
when
the
a mommy and a daddy.
But the story of, like, this game finally getting made is always one that's fun.
Yes.
Because if you'll remember, I feel like I've done so much, like, this is the problem. I'm kind of burned out on talking about DMC. But,
Yeah,
like,
to be expected.
but, like, yeah. I mean, especially considering the way these videos are going up, it's just gonna be one after another, after another, after
Yeah.
another in a row.
Yeah. For a couple months.
Yeah. I feel like I've bitched about the reboot sufficiently.
I feel like, yeah.
I feel like I've
so.
talked about it, but the fact the reboot... I can say one good thing about the reboot, which is, thanks to the reboot being such a ginormous piece of shit, we now have DMC5.
Yes.
And that's one of the things, is people are like, oh, there's a lot of elements from the reboot that are in DMC5. And my answer to that is, that's not because DMC, the reboot, did anything right.
No.
Don't give the reboot credit.
I mean, they're also both video games, too. It doesn't have anything to do with the quality of DMC Devil May Cry.
Yeah, like, don't thank DMC. Yes, this is something that was also in DMC.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But, like, it's one of, like, oh, his haircut looks like Dante from DMC. It's like, and?
Yeah. So?
It's still white.
It had to be a color.
Oh, there we
Look
go.
like something. Oh, it's so gross. It's
Yeah.
very scrotal.
It's very Resident Evil.
Ballsack. Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like the RE2 remake where it was like,
Shit.
sometimes it was like, that's just fucking gross.
Yeah. But like there was another thing where it's like the enemy intros, where like you run into a new enemy in the level and they get like a little screen closing up on them like Demon Empuza,
Yeah.
or whatever. Or like anything like that where it's like, that was in DMC Devil May Cry. Well, it's like, you know that Itsuno fucking worked on DMC Devil May
Yeah.
Cry, right?
Yeah.
That's the part that bothers me, is people are going, well, DMC Devil May Cry did it, and then Itsuno put that in DMC5. You have it backwards.
Yeah.
Itsuno put that in DMC Devil May Cry, and is now continuing to use that thing that he invented in the first place.
Yeah.
Because they didn't just make DMC Devil May Cry in a vacuum.
Yamato did this.
They were making it, and Capcom was like, okay, can we have one of our guys come in and help you not fuck this up as much as you are
Anymore?
currently fucking it up?
Help, like, stop the fuck upness at this point, at least.
Like, okay, how can we help you? And so they sent Itsuno over, and there are so many quotes or like interviews where he talked about the one that I always reference is the one where he saw an enemy that they designed that had like blades coming out of its arms and shit. And he was like,
Why don't you go ahead?
oh cool, so how's that enemy gonna attack Dante with those? And they were like, oh, they don't use those as part of its attack animations. They're just there to look cool. And Itsuno's response was, well, get rid of them. Why the fuck are they there?
Yeah.
So, like, you cannot tell me about that, like, story and have me not go, well, he probably fucking did that with every other part of the game, too.
Yeah.
Everything that's quote-unquote good.
You're in luck, pal, 'cause
I like the implication here that Nero is that guy where, like, some random stranger shows up to his house and he's like, hey, you want to come over for dinner?
Yeah, fuck it.
Like, a random
You like hot dogs?
stranger. This unspoken
what the hell?
character trait,
You a demon?
maybe.
Do you like regular Coke or Diet Coke?
Get back inside now!
It happens so fast. That's the worst part to me. It's like, bam, like in a second.
I'm taking this back.
Oh, gee, who could it be?
Who could it be now? Well, that took its time to...
Yeah. Who could it be? Who could this mysterious cloaked man who is saying, I'm taking this back, and is able to use the Yamato? Because remember, at the end of DMC4, he just kind of took the Yamato into his arm, because he can do that apparently.
Apparently.
Somehow. So it's like, good job causing the plot of this game, Dante, by giving Nero the Yamato like that.
We sure appreciate it.
Fucking asshole. Gee, who could that be, I wonder? I wonder, ooh, I do, I ooh.
What's in a wonder ball?
So, like, don't... it's people giving, like, DMC Devil May Cry credit where it is not deserved.
Yes.
Everything that DMC Devil May Cry did that wasn't bad. I don't even want to say did well or did good.
Yeah, it was good.
Everything that it did that was moderately passable is... I'm 90% sure that that's something Itsuno told them to put in.
Against what they were going.
Yeah, because people are like, do you think this game would be better if it didn't have Devil May Cry as its title? And my answer is no, it would not be better. It would be worse.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't called DMC Devil May Cry, then that just means Itsuno would not have been involved in the development, which means Ninja Theory would have just done whatever they wanted, which means it would have been even fucking worse than it turned out to be. Because it would have been... Not only would everything good in there not be in there anymore, but everything bad about it would have been...
That's it.
Like,
10
there
times worse.
would have been no one there to, like, hold them back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no! Stop this contrarian, like, the contrarianism
Yeah.
is what bothers me. It's like, oh, people are too hard. No, it actually is that bad.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to change your mind just because something new happened afterwards.
Yeah, and that's sort of like when you can say, like, this thing is overrated, but it's still really fucking good.
Yeah.
Just because it's overrated
Undertale.
doesn't mean it's not really fucking good. It's the same in reverse. Like, everyone talks about how bad this is because it's really fucking bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, oh,
Sometimes
I'm sure,
everyone says something's bad
Yeah.
because it's bad.
It's bad.
And that's like you see that also, speaking of George Lucas, with Star Wars. Because now everyone's going like, oh, those new movies sure do suck. And I'm like, if you think those movies are bad, then fine.
Yeah.
That can be your opinion. But that doesn't magically mean the prequels are good now.
Yeah.
You don't get to change your mind and say like, no, actually the prequels are good.
Like, no, they were still
Like,
bad.
no, still bad.
They were and are bad.
You can think that the new movies are bad, but that doesn't magically make the old, like, the prequels
Yeah.
good.
What does one have to do with the other?
Those are two completely different topics.
Yeah.
This set of movies was bad. This new set of movies, also bad. Fine.
So we have two bad sets of movies.
So we have two things, and they were both bad. One being bad does not make the other one good. That's
Yeah.
not how the world works.
It's just been long enough now that it becomes hip to be contrarian.
Yeah.
Say, actually.
Happened with Resident Evil 6, too. Where it came out, everyone was like, well, this is a piece of shit. Then enough time went by
Yeah,
that
then it
everyone
became
was
hip to say.
contrarianism, where it's like,
Yeah.
well, no. They're like, nope,
It's still bad.
it's still bad.
It was always bad.
Like, if you want to have the discussion about, like, you know, the lack of critical analysis in the initial...
Yeah. A lack of nuance.
Here's the dildo. It's just a dildo. It's for back massages.
You know, those really deep ones.
You want the creme de la creme? Bam! Old Faithful. Anyway.
Yeah, you could say there was a lack of nuance in the negative opinions at
Yeah.
first,
Like,
but that
maybe
doesn't mean that
people
positive is
weren't,
correct.
you know, maybe people were going like, this is bad because it's different and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Fine. Maybe some people's initial negative reactions were not super informed.
Yes.
Granted.
Yeah.
That does
however,
not
does not.
mean that, like, it's
Different
not...
matter.
If a then not does not equal B.
Yeah.
Right?
The enemy of my enemy is not my friend.
Two things can both be true at the same time.
Yeah.
The new Star Wars movies being bad does not magically make the prequels good.
Yes.
That
It's
is my
just
point.
Fucking stupid.
That's really dumb. Split. Yeah, need that. That's important. I'm pretty much just getting like the fucking bread and butter stuff that's really important to have.
Bread and butter pickles.
So yeah, like, it's not suddenly, you know, like, oh, actually, it wasn't that bad. No.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was.
It was.
You don't get to, like, walk that back.
Yeah, historical revisionism.
A devil breaker made with Kyrie in mind.
Yeah.
Take a shot. The pliable materials are gentle on the skin, and it vibrates to soothe away pain. It's a dildo arm!
It's a dildo.
It's a dildo arm.
It's a dildo.
And I'm gonna use it to show you how much it's
And
a dildo
it
arm.
vibrates.
Kitty, where you going?
That's good, because I have to piss like a fucker. You're very glad I told you that. Let's ask for trouble.
Like, granted, I don't know what the real story is, because they didn't tell us, and they never will, of, like, you know, the development behind DMC Devil May Cry. Like, we'll never really know, because they're fucking professional, right? Like, Itsuno's a fucking professional. He's not actually gonna say... Of course, he's gonna be like, yeah, it was fine, right? It's like, you know... Those fucking, like, headlines always fucking piss me off, where it's like, oh, a creator of things said that new thing was good. Yeah, like, gee, when the person who's getting paid royalties for something was asked as part of the PR, you really think they're gonna say they think it sucked? You really think the creators of Death Note are gonna say that they think that new Netflix movie sucked when they have a financial investment in the success of the thing? Like, yeah, they paid us money to make it, so yeah, I guess it's fine.
It's business.
I didn't watch it.
I don't watch that fucking anime shit.
Like, they don't give a shit. They made that thing like 10 fucking years ago. You really think they care about preserving, like, the artistic integrity? They got fucking paid. That's why it's like, oh, Itsuno actually said he liked DMC Devil May Cry. Yeah, I'm sure when someone interviewed him about the new thing that has the name of the thing that he works on, he didn't say anything negative about it.
What's he gonna
What does
say?
that fucking prove?
Yeah. What was he supposed to say if he didn't like it?
He's not gonna say he didn't like it. Why would he ever say he didn't like it? Would you say you didn't like it?
Yeah, who the fuck would do that?
Yeah! Come on. Shoutouts to all the game journalists who never heard the lyrics during the game.
This song is so, like, simple. It's not very well
It just
done.
repeats.
Yeah.
Oh, and people are like, oh, DMC Devil May Cry did that, where the more stylish you got, the more the song would play. It's like, yeah, but no one noticed, fucking did they?
Yeah, and also...
You had to tell them that, didn't you?
Well, I mean, fucking Yoshi's Island did that.
It's like, number one, the music wasn't good, so no one cared. Number two, you could get super style. You could get fucking SSS ranks by standing on one side of the room and just shooting everyone. In this, you're actually gonna notice because, like, it actually takes effort to get the fucking style ranking up high enough for that to be noticed.
Yeah.
Whoop. You actually have to not get hit. I'm not, like, once again, I'm not used to, like, going back to default.
Yes.
It's really frustrating to me that I can't use, like, the stuff that I'm used to using on my actual profile. My style ranks are going to be bad. So anyway, here's the dildo arm. Sweet surrender.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Kyrie, you'll love it.
Someone will love it.
So that's something I like about Nero, is he is actually in, like, a relationship. You don't see that very often
No.
in, like, video game protagonists, where it's like, yeah, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is the person that I am in a relationship with.
And that's not even speaking to the weird Dante situation where Trish
yeah.
looking exactly like his mom.
Yeah, whatever that is. Even within the universe of Devil May Cry,
Yeah.
there is a frame of reference for how unique that is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There aren't many video game protagonists in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's not,
Like,
usually it's a
part
Sonic and
of the-
Amy thing.
Well, yeah, like, Sonic and Amy's unique. Well, like, in Sonic, it's like, it's kind of implied, but Sonic, is very
Yeah.
about his emotions.
He's too cool for
He's
school.
too cool for that.
Yeah.
Whatever, I can talk about that.
I was
all
gonna say,
fucking
maybe
day.
I shouldn't have
Let's
brought that up.
not get into that. But like,
Tails is a sidekick.
moving on.
You wanted to say something so hard.
But
you
it's like,
didn't.
usually it's like a gameplay mechanic where like
Yeah.
you can choose your relationship value and like here are the characters that you can have a relationship with. Or like them not being a relationship and then becoming
Yeah, it's a story element.
growing into like, oh, DMC
Yeah.
dude, fuck you. Anyway.
It's
You know who did it
character
first? Fucking Bayonetta did! Shut the fuck up! DMC Devil May Cry didn't invent shit!
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, it also used
shit.
a controller, too, and so this
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
no shit.
Oh, DMC
They
Devil May
have-
Cry invented using an analog stick.
They have things in common because they're both video games in the same series. I mean, what? They have title sequences, too.
Yeah.
Or tittle.
Move fast, baby, don't be slow. Find reload, time to go. I can't seem to control all this rage that's inside me. Ooh, I love this fucking attack animation because it's so easy to get exceeds on with it.
Cedrin.
Come here. Do the fucking taunt that I like!
The electric guitar.
Ah, I want it so
The
bad.
guitar, I mean.
We didn't get it during all of DMC4 and it bothered me a lot. I got it once during the worst possible moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Forgot how close you actually have to walk over them.
All these
Yeah, you
bitches be
don't-
frontin' with me.
You don't see that very often because, like, usually it'll be something like Final Fantasy VII, where part of the story, kind of, is the fact that, like, they start out, they meet, and then the relationship happens.
Yeah. The plot element.
Or even, like, in Marvel's Spider-Man, which is a stupid fucking title. In the new Insomniac Spider-Man
Yeah,
game.
you know, the Spider-Man.
That new one that came out. Peter Parker and Mary Jane were in a relationship before the game started, and then, like, over the course of the game, they get back into a relationship. Where it's like that Final Fantasy VII thing of, like, he met Eris, and then they got into a relationship, and then she died. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
But like, rarely do you have a game where the story starts and they are already in a committed
Yes.
monogamous relationship
Yes.
from the instant we are introduced to the characters.
Yeah, that's a part of their character from the very beginning.
Yeah, like camera zooms in on Nero for the first time, like fade in. Nero is running to his girlfriend's concert at the church.
Yeah. Exterior, day.
Yeah. Like, you so rarely see that, but, like, at period, but, like, also comparing him to Dante, who is, like, this weird, sexless virgin